So, ladies and gentlemen, the latest edition of our True Tales of the Guy Lafleur trade. We're going to break down the number one draft pick shift between the Seals and the Canadians. Now, when I said in the previous podcast you traded number ones, I have to clarify. The Seals picked up Montreal's number one in 1970 in exchange for Montreal's number one in 1971. Now, 1970 was a deep draft. You had many good players in the mix, including Gilbert Perreault, Dale Talon, Reggie Leach, Rick McClish, Chuck Lefley, Greg Polis, Daryl Sittler. But with their 10th pick, the Seals took a very, I would expect, at the time, highly touted player by the name of Chris Oddleifson. Now, Chris Oddleifson, born in Brandon, Manitoba, played numerous seasons in the NHL, including several successful ones with the Vancouver Canucks on the West Coast. And of course, he was part of their lineup when he played Montreal in the quarterfinal playoffs in 1975. Now, Oddleifson was part of a rebuild program that Vancouver had conducted in the mid-part of the 1970s. Now, the Seals never kept him. He sent him to the minors and eventually found his way to Boston. He went on to a strong career in hockey, and he was eventually voted into the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame. Now, a lot of people credit Oddleifson and the rest of the young players as allowing the Canucks to win the division and make their playoffs for the first time. And he was really considered a strong all-around player who possessed great size, toughness, and playmaking ability. So to say that Chris Oddleifson was traded for Guy Lafleur or vice versa is kind of simplifying it. But Oddleifson was a quality center. Big guy, 6'2", 188. But 10th overall in the draft at the time, California, really the picks had dried up that year because a lot of people figured the best players had already gone. You got to understand, for them to get a player of Perreault talent, Leach's or McLeish's talent, you would have to probably trade up again. And the only player that there was left he could take is Daryl Sittler, and Sittler had gone in the 8th round. Now, players that were selected after Oddleifson, Buster Harvey, Bill Clement, Freddie Barrett, Mike Murphy, very underrated player, Dan Bouchard as well, Mad Dog Kelly, Randy Rhoda, who ended up being drafted by California, ended up in the Montreal system, Jerry O'Flaherty, Yvon Lambert went 40th in that draft. And my favorite player name of all time, Len Frigg, the great defenseman for Chicago. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the podcast. Give me a comment, like, and subscribe. Any feedback is well appreciated. Bye.